My name is Carolyn Sylvie. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I came to Chennai for a total hip replacement. I came and sought treatment at the SIMS hospital in Chennai. When I got to SIMS hospital, they checked us in, and the hospital was in way better than I expected it ever to be. Cleanliness was amazing, and the treatment has been phenomenal, along with the nurses and all the staff at the SIMS hospital have just been overwhelmingly wonderful. Before I came to SIMS in India, I actually did a lot of research on internet and with my own hospitals at home with the orthopedic surgeons. The technology at home was nowhere near as good as the service I would get in India, and the actual prosthesis that I was going to get in India would allow me to do everything that I do at home, whereas if I'd had the hip replacement done in Toronto, they told me I would never be able to run or do the things I love to do. So I chose to come here because it was way better. From the time I got into Chennai, to the SIMS hospital, Mr. Mohan was there to meet us. We never had to worry about a thing. In fact, we didn't have to worry about a thing from the time we got into the airport, because there was someone from SIMS taking care of us, drove us to the hospital, checked us in with Mr. Mohan. We came up to the Raffles suite, had a wonderful suite. All my questions were answered. Everything was explained to us about how the procedure would go, all the tests that we would be having, or I would be having, sorry, and we were delivered to our suite, which was, what can I say about a suite? It was more like a hotel room than a hospital room. Apart from a hospital bed, everything else was just like a hotel suite. Very pleased with everything. The surgeon explained to me all the procedures that would be done, how long it would take, and basically took away all my fears of any surgery that I was ever going to have. When I actually got into the hospital and had my appointment with Dr. Bose actually sat with myself and my husband, and he explained everything about the procedure, got out all the different prostheses and the differences between the prostheses. The communication that he gave to me and to my husband was really amazing. I felt that I wasn't missing out on anything. He was just so confident and skillful and made me feel so comfortable that I had actually come to Chennai and to SIMS to have my operation. Dr. Bose, for me, Dr. VJ Bose came, met me, made me feel so comfortable. What I noticed most about Dr. Bose was his infectious smile. He was so confident, his skill and dedication to what he was doing just made me feel that everything was going to be perfect. It's a big step to get a new hip, and to get it done by such a wonderful individual, so dedicated to everything he does. I came away and actually said to my husband, I am so glad and so happy that I came to see Dr. Bose. I had a surgery 5 months ago. I had arthroscopic surgery to clean out the labrum in my hip and take away some bone spurs. I was told by the orthopedic surgeon there that this would probably fix my problem and I would be able to run again and compete at the national level again. However, within a month of the surgery, I realized that it didn't work. It was not working, and my actual pain was getting bigger and bigger and worse. So I reached out to Dr. Bose again after a while of him communicating with him previously, and explained to him that I'd had this arthroscopic surgery and I'm now ready to take the plunge and get the new hip. So I waited a few months and made all the arrangements to come and get my surgery.
To be fair, they did say that the orthoscopic surgery might not work, and in fact it didn't. It left Carolyn virtually a cripple. She was having trouble even walking with a cane. And the amazing thing to me now is she's walking better 10 days after surgery than she was before she walked in here.
So what can I say? Post-operatively, I came out of the surgery pretty well. Dr. Bose said that it was an excellent surgery. He got excellent results from it. Actually did say my hip was really bad, and that the delta motion hip was my savior. I believe Dr. Bose was my savior, not the delta motion hip, because without his skill and dedication to what he's doing, the way he puts the implant in, I know I had the right person do it. Within a week of being out of surgery, I was walking the second day on a frame and third day on walking crutches. So it was like by far more advanced than any surgery I had at home. And post-operatively, my nurses, the attendants, everyone that came into the room were just so dedicated and always came into the room with a beautiful smile. The nurses couldn't do enough for me. Anytime I called them, they were right there. There was no hesitation, there was no waiting, there was no, oh, you're just down the road, I'll get to you when I can. They were just there. Whenever I needed them, they were there. So I just want to say everything was wonderful for me. When I came to India, I just decided that I would make the big step and come here after much research at home with what kind of technologies they use and what prosthesis basically they're going to use for my hip replacement. After much research and my decision to come to India, I found that for any tests or any of the x-rays tests, everything I had, I found actually more advanced than anything I'd had in Toronto, for instance. For instance, taking my hip x-ray while I'm standing was novel to me. They didn't have to move my legs in hard positions where it hurt, and I just felt that, wow, this is technologically advanced for anything I've had at home.
I have to agree. We have limited experience, of course, of surgical procedures in our home country and here, but from what we've seen, the standards here are every bit as good as we got at home. The amazing thing for me was when we arrived, within 4 hours, Carolyn had seen the top surgeon, the top cardiologist, the top anesthesiologist. She'd had Doppler tests on her legs, and she'd had blood tests done, and she'd even had, because she is asthmatic, she'd even had lung function done. All that within 4 hours. That just blew me away. So if you have any hesitation about coming to India, please don't. This is the best place to get this job done.
Since I had surgery 10 days ago, I am now actually walking. Dr. Bose basically gave me back my life and has allowed me to get back on with all the things I love to do, run, swim, bike, and all I can say is I am so grateful to Dr. Bose. He basically just saved my life. The surgery was a total success, and I'm walking now more than I was able to walk before.